everybody, I'm Dee.
And I'm Jay, and we are ParoDeeJay. And we are here today with our Grandeur of the Seas Q&A.
Finally.
You had a lot of Q's and we have all the A's. Questions and answers.
Yeah.
So I have organized them all here on my phone in an organized fashion. I already have answered, I think, most all of these on YouTube, but...
For those who didn't read the comments,
right,
then we're going to do a video for you and you can get all your answers.
So helpful,
See?
Right?
We try.
All right, now these are all from YouTube. I don't think I scoured through Facebook, so I might have to go back and grab some Facebook questions. But these are all of our YouTube questions.
Okay.
Started with the most important one that I feel like. From the Steaming Bean asks, who is Roy? Do you know who Roy is?
Roy is the pizza maker at the Domino's
on Lombard
Street in Baltimore, Maryland. Where we never received our pizza from our Pride series, like
2015. Yes. Kicking the camera. We're
2015 Pride series. You know how on like if you order on Domino's, you can say it says like making your pizza, Roy, getting ready to put it in the oven. Well, yeah, he never did any of those things.
Failed, and we had to
called, and they said there was too many orders and they couldn't keep up.
So. It was a whole story. So we ate lunch out of the vending machine, and we blamed Roy, and Roy has become the official mascot for us sailing out of Baltimore. So,
True
Roy.
Story.
So you can watch our Embarkation vlog from 2015 on the Pride. Roy.
It's entertaining.
And now we have a question. This was one of the more popular questions on the series. We have 5 people asking the same question, basically. Carol Myers asks, what hotel did you stay in? Rodney Morgan Brown asks, what hotel did you stay in? It looked very nice. Brad Balderson, did you stay at a hotel with long-term parking and shuttle service to the ship? Carolyn Gardner, did your hotel provide shuttle service? And Wes Smith, do you use the KD Transport shuttle service also? So apparently in the video, I did not do a very good job of explaining where we were staying or how it worked.
We have in past videos, but we probably didn't stay here a lot. We apologize about that.
I know. We can't just assume that everyone has watched every single video we've put out.
You should.
But we always stay at the Best Western on O'Donnell Street in Baltimore. And they do the park and cruise package where you get one night's lodging. You get parking for the whole duration of your cruise included. You get a nice hot breakfast buffet the next morning. Yeah. Shuttle service to and from the port. And that is KD Elite.
It's great. Yeah, we've never had any issues with it. They give you a little card and you know who to contact if there are any issues, but every time we got off the ship, they're right there waiting for you. Your name's on a list, no problem.
Yep. They're holding up signs and they flag you down and they... Good job. So we had such a great experience. We have always used that hotel and shuttle service in Baltimore.
Exactly.
Dodge Stang asks, what was the embarkation process like? Get to the lot, park, lug your bag somewhere, or was there a pull-up and drop bags porter and then park? Well, we
don't know.
Didn't qualify for that. We took the shuttle from the hotel, but I did look up, and several other people said that the process normally is you pull into the lot, you go past this area where the porters will collect your bags, you then go get in line, depending on if you're paying cash or check or card. Look at this lighting effect on my hand.
I know.
For your parking. And then you go find your parking spot and haul your carry-ons and stuff like that. So you do get to drop the bags before you go to the parking spot.
We researched it.
Look at that. Here's another sort of lumped question. Lisa Leach asks, where are all the people? Did you pay for Royal's version of Faster to the Fun? Julie Renee says, why was the nightclub so empty? I've never seen the nightclub so dead. Or nightlife. Lori Curtis says, lol, you guys are the only ones in the disco. Where's the deck party? So we were on early season, northern itinerary, cold weather. And how was the crowd?
Very slim.
We're on a cruise. Everybody usually bulks up a little bit on a cruise.
It was, I guess I would say, a more mature cruise.
That's good.
I think the average age was probably
90,
65-ish, which I found fascinating and I loved it. Not fascinating, that's the wrong word.
It was fascinating.
No, I liked it because we're used to being on like crowded ships with more of a nightlife, and I kind of liked being the only people in the disco dancing. That we weren't the only people, more people came and joined, but anything you wanted to do, hey, you did not have to wait for it, that's for sure.
Pretty much.
At night, during the day was a different story.
I'm sure if the ship had been going to warm weather places, or if it had been maybe a summer cruise, I'm sure there were some different vibes that you can get on the Grandeur from time to time, but ours was an older crowd.
No, they told us that when we were in the disco, that the week before it was like wall-to-wall people because it was like a Southern Caribbean itinerary.
Exactly.
And as far as paying for like a Faster to the Fun thing to get on the ship, nope. We just showed up. I think we were super early, like 10 o'clock, and we were on by 10:30.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because it's a smaller ship or what the
I don't know
whole
what the deal
reason
was.
but we were not complaining. That was great. We felt like VIPs.
I know, we got status right off the bat, except not really. All right, here's another lump of questions about the same type of topic. Noah Hasselhoff says, Jay, you were about the same height as the entire cabin, or was that the angle? Kim Weimer says, it looks like the ceiling in your cabin is only inches above your head. Are they that low on the Grandeur? Kim's blessed life. How has it been with the bed being up against the furniture? It looks like it'd be tricky, especially in the middle of the night. How do the bathrooms compare to Carnival? And Brooks Family Adventure says the rooms on that class of ship are super small, aren't they? The shower curtains sure did get to know me on our cruise. So, questions about room size.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm 6'5".
I'm 6 foot.
So we tall.
Yeah.
And the ceiling did feel kind of low, but I mean, I feel like I can't remember if it's about that low on Carnival class ships. It didn't seem drastically lower.
I mean, I didn't notice the difference with the ceiling height at all.
It must have been, my arm was a little tireder, so instead of having the camera up, it was a little down, so it made things,
Could be.
But the room, we went through in our wrap-up video and other things, our experiences with the room and the bathroom.
It felt smaller
felt small.
overall, and you could not put your luggage under the bed.
That's another question coming up.
Oh, whoops.
That's fine. Well, just spoilers.
Well, just adding, you couldn't put your luggage under the bed, and it was a little strange having the furniture, which we enjoyed having a couch.
Yes.
We don't normally have that unless you get like a window or a balcony on Carnival right next to the bed.
I think people said ocean view
Or
on
ocean
the couches
view.
too.
Yeah, and then the dresser was next to the other side, so you literally did have to step over the bed to get in and out. We just got used to
Yeah,
it. It wasn't a deal breaker.
It was awkward in the middle of the night. Like, I had to specifically make sure I was awake enough to step over.
Yeah.
So it was smaller, but we dealt with it.
It was fine.
The bathroom, the toilet was at kind of a weird angle. Well, I had
Bathroom was
to use it
definitely
at a weird
smaller.
angle. Small shower, yes. And then going from the showers, Still Dreaming asks, by any chance did that ship have a locker room with showers for the gym? The showers in the men's locker room are always larger for us big guys. And that's actually something I always forget about.
We need to film that on the next cruise.
Yes.
Yeah.
As far
not
as
the
I
showers.
know, not in the showers.
I don't think you can film that.
Film the guys
No,
in the
no,
showers.
never mind. We're not going to do that.
Strike that. But as far as I know, this ship did have the area up in the spa that you could go use the bigger showers. I just forget about that.
Yeah.
And I didn't do
don't ever
it.
think about that either.
Katie Shanawaz, which I probably said wrong, said, can you please tell if your plastic suitcase fit under the bed? No.
It did not. But there is plenty of room in the closet to have them stand up. And then I would just hang shorter shirts, stuff that wouldn't wrinkle if it
Over
sat
it.
on it. So it was fine. It worked out.
Yeah, somebody else I think had suggested in the comments that you can ask your room steward for some sort of like blocks or risers to raise the beds up so the suitcase will fit under, but we did not know,
didn't know that.
or do that.
That's okay. That's
But-
a good tip, though.
Yeah, the plastic suitcase, the hard shell suitcase, did not fit under the bed. And Carolyn Gardner asks, do you guys wipe down your room and doorknobs, etc.? We're bad at that.
We buy the sanitary wipes. That's not the right word.
No. Is like the Clorox wipes,
Yeah.
the antiseptic
And we just kind of forget. We're just like hopeful that they do a good job. We probably should, but
If we ever took one of those and wiped around, we would probably be like, ooh, and
now we
never
need
go
to
back.
do it.
The only thing we found was the remote control in the room was a little bit grungy. I filmed that.
Did wipe it off.
I did not include that in the video, but
wipe that off.
the remote was visibly grungy for the TV. Moving on to food type questions, some of my favorite. Actually, not a lot of people's favorites, because Evelyn Hayward said, can't say much about the food. It didn't look too good. Did it taste better than it looked? And Miss L. Honey said, how did you and Dee like the food?
The food was good. It may not have looked great. I didn't really get that when I watched the vlogs back. I thought it looked okay.
Maybe I just took real bad pictures of the food, or the...
But the taste was good. Very good. I have no complaints with the taste. Just temperature on some of the food.
We did have some
in the
issues,
beginning was a little off, but that can happen on any ship or cruise line.
Yeah. Lovejoy Gratitude asks, was the park cafe open during non-meal times for water, sandwiches, desserts, etc.? No.
There had some strange hours.
Sadly.
We did not quite figure out the hours. Yeah.
The first couple of days, we were bumbling around the ship trying to figure out where we could get water other than a bar.
Yeah.
And we ran into all sorts of closed things that you couldn't go to.
Well, they did have the one by the ice cream by
Yes.
the pool. That one was always open, but it was out of ice. A couple of times. So.
Oops. So,
That seemed to be the popular one, though. That's why it was out of ice. I'm
yeah,
guessing.
but the as far as I know, Royal in general, but the Grandeur, there is no 24-hour food Or probably 24-hour beverages. No, because they do... And the ones out by the pool, you probably could get beverages 24 hours. But
they do late night snacks.
Late night snacks until I think 1 a.m.
Yep.
But then after that, there's no food. Ain't no 24-hour pizza.
There's room service, but there's a charge.
Yeah, that's coming up later.
Oh.
Actually, that's the next question. Kassap asks, did you ever find out if room service charged? I know there were not any prices on the menu you had. Nicole Walker says, what's room service like on Royal? I know Carnival has added a small fee for late night room service, wondering how it compares. And Scotto Schlick says, how was the room service comparison?
You didn't eat any.
That's true. But in doing research when we came back home, I guess found out that the little thing about the service charge, the $7.95 service charge, is true. Every order you place, apparently, with room service on Royal, it has that delivery charge plus the 18% gratuity. So the menu with the prices, I guess, those items were free.
Yeah.
But you're going to pay a delivery charge.
And they had continental breakfast. I don't think there was a delivery charge on that.
I think I found out that that was too. Not confirmed, but as far as I know, every room service order carries a service charge. That was my understanding. And like they mentioned in the comments on here, Carnival has also started charging for any room service orders between, what, 10 p.m. and 6 a.m.?
Yeah. But to be honest with you, we haven't ordered room service on a cruise since our very first cruise.
I know.
We just aren't ever hungry for it. And maybe we should, for just a video sake, order
every room service
No,
item.
just order something.
All of
them. See how it goes.
All of them. And if we did, we'd get to this next question. C. Souders asks, how much weight do you think you gained? I need to prepare before my trip.
Oh gosh.
I don't really measure.
On a 9-day cruise?
I don't really measure anymore.
You do a lot of walking if you go out and do things. I think you do more walking than you normally would in everyday life. So it can balance itself out. Take the stairs if you can. I think I went up like maybe 6 pounds and then lost it as soon as I got back home.
I usually figure it's going to be like 10 or 12 or something like that, but I don't really measure. I tend to eat pretty good when I get back home, and I try not to notice. But I got more room for error, but you know. Nicole Walker says, loved the galley tour. Have you gotten to do one on Carnival? And Greg Gibson says, I am surprised they let you film in the galley. He had done a couple of behind-the-scenes tours, and they scanned with metal detectors to make sure they had no cameras. Have you done a behind-the-fun tour?
We've not done behind the fun tour, but we have done a galley tour on the Pride. Back when they used to do them, it was free. They just asked you if you wanted to do it. And then this one that we did on the Grandeur was because we did a champagne brunch as well, and it was part of it. And it wasn't a behind the fun tour or any sort of like pay tour. It was just like you pay for the brunch. That was part of it, so they didn't care if you filmed, which was nice. Yeah,
that was really nice. I think it was like 2011 we got to do the free one on the Pride, but like
I don't think
we haven't seen that lately. Yeah. It's part of the behind the fun package that you have to pay for, and I'm sure we'll eventually do it.
One day. It's expensive, like $100 a person.
It is. It's like a sea day excursion, I guess is how you think of it. Jenny Spooner asks, I said that weird. If you buy alcohol in a cruise ship shop, I'm assuming you can't bring it to your room. What are the choices you can do? Well, my understanding, we've never really done it, but my understanding is that is correct. I know if you buy alcohol, I'm talking so good. I had some before this. If you buy it in the shop on the ship, they will confiscate it from you, and you can get it back on the last day right before you debark.
Yep. You can order it in advance from the cruise line directly and have it in your room, and that is acceptable. Don't try sneaking it on or anything like that. You know, I think we accidentally did that with a bottle of wine once for his aunt. Oh. They found it and took it.
They took it.
We didn't mean to. We were supposed to have it in our carry-on. We put it in the check.
That's true.
Don't do that. And then if you buy it in port, they will confiscate it from you as well, and you get it back at the end of the cruise.
Yeah, but like you said, you can pre-order it on the website before your cruise and have it, but it's going to cost you more than those prices you see in the shops. Those low prices are there for a reason.
Yeah.
And they know they need to make that bar money.
Exactly.
Entertainment related questions. Kathy Bird asked, can you please show the minimum on your karaoke? That was the first couple of videos where I just dubbed over all of our singing, and I've gotten into a little bit of copyright stuff in the past in that there actually is no minimum. A lot of people say, oh, I've heard you can use 10 seconds. I've heard you can use 30 seconds. Legally not true. I think if you have like 1 second of copywritten music in your video,
and they catch it,
you can be flagged and lose all your revenue and get copyright strikes and eventually have your channel shut down.
We're a small channel. We're trying to keep growing, so we're trying not to do that. So we put in fun music that goes with the theme. Jay did put in a few little snippets of karaoke because we know you guys want to hear that. He may continue to do that. We'll just see how it goes.
We'll see. We haven't gotten in trouble for that yet. Now, anytime we've done the parody and the cover songs, they catch those because they are very long. The thing that I had learned about the YouTube algorithm is it usually, if you keep it to under 10 seconds, YouTube tends to not catch it.
Yeah.
Now, it's not legal, but it tends to not catch it, and I think they've gotten a little more lenient with that lately, but copyright music will get a lot of people in trouble, even covers, anything like that, so I try to stay away from it. We've had a copyright strike in the past.
Yeah, it's hard on a cruise ship, though, because everywhere you go, there's music, pretty much.
If there's background music and you're kind of talking over it, YouTube will forgive that, but if you're purposely filming someone singing a copywritten song, or a show or something like that, you can get in trouble. If it's the primary highlight of what you're recording, that's when they don't like it.
True.
Mike D'Angelo asks, did Carnival steal the event from Royal, or did Royal steal the event from Carnival? I noticed they do the Thriller Dance and Love and Marriage show as well.
Oh, I don't know. I would imagine they all just fleet-wide, different cruise lines pretty much do the same thing.
Yeah, I was surprised to see the Love and Marriage show was a lot of the same questions we were used to. Very similar dance-type classes, so I don't know who had them first, but they're all fun, and we go to them. They both have quests, there's a lot of things that are similar.
Battle of the Sexes, all of that stuff is the same.
True. Jim Flair J said, I don't think you ever said how the Broadway show was.
It was good.
You're a Broadway girl.
Yeah, no, I love Broadway, and so I was going into it like, yay, I'm going to know all these songs. The only thing on Royal that we learned is, they have to pay so much in royalties for the more popular Broadway selections of songs, and so they did some stuff that I knew, but not great. The actual singing and dancing was great, but I didn't know a lot of the songs. So, wasn't disappointed or anything, but I wanted to hear more of what we were familiar with, I guess.
Yeah, the quality of the show was nice, just the content was bizarre. I think I recognized 2 out of maybe 10 songs.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Tar Brehan said you compared the shows on both ships, but how did the actual theaters themselves compare? The seating on, just comparing Fantasy Class to Grandeur, because that's what we tend to do. A lot of the Carnival ships, other than the new ones, have those nice long benches with the little tables interspersed, and it's very open and nice. And then you go in the Grandeur, and they had like box seat.
With arms.
We didn't spend much time in those armed box seats down there. I just kicked the camera myself a little bit. I like the seating on like the Carnival-y type bed. I like those benches. I mean, now Vista and Horizon, y'all right out. But all of the other ships, I like the Carnival seating better.
I do too. Yeah.
But we spent a lot of time upstairs on the Grandeur because the balcony.
We sat in the smaller seats watching movies. Yeah. One movie, and it wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible. No. But we sat upstairs on the nice. They had a few long couch type things upstairs that we sat on the Grandeur.
But I do like the theater on Grandeur, Royal Caribbean. As I know it right now, they don't have all the poles.
Fantasy Class
Carnival seems to have a ton of holes, and it blocks a lot of the sights from different areas in the theater, and this didn't seem to have that issue. So I do like the layout better for Royal in this case.
That's true.
Yeah.
See, points to both. Everybody wins.
We're doing another comparison video, see?
Marlene Stonecipher asks, do you need to make reservations to go to any of the shows? On Carnival, you just go and sit down. I read on Royal, you need to sign up for a seat. That's true to an extent. Yeah. Royal, I think the rule of thumb is Oasis class and higher, you're going to need to make reservations for your shows.
Big ships, yes. The smaller ones, no.
Right. Grandeur was so tiny, it's literally like you were used to. You were saying on Carnival, you just walk in, you grab a seat.
Yep.
So, and I think the majority of Royal ships are the same way, but anything Oasis or higher, the megas, make them reservations. Will Cooper, did you notice any differences between Royal Caribbean and Carnival when it comes to the captain's reception?
Yeah.
We haven't been to a Carnival captain's reception in a while.
No, but this one was nice. They handed out champagne, all you wanted actually, because they just kept giving it to us.
That became a competition.
Apparently we took it and nobody wanted it.
Ricky and I put some away.
They had nice live music. The singers and dancers came out and did a little performance as well. The captain came out and made a speech.
I don't remember any of that. I was already 9 glasses in by the
I only had 2, so I'm good. I'll talk about it. We really enjoyed that. It was nice. It was a very calm atmosphere. Nobody was going crazy, or it wasn't like a party atmosphere. On Carnival, like you said, we haven't done that in a while. I don't remember it a lot.
I mean, I remember
I think
it
we're
being
usually at
similar.
dinner because they do it during a dinner.
Right.
Yeah, it's between the two dinners,
I think
but you're
it's
still
between.
in dinner. So, can't really compare too much, but we did like it on Royal.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, I think literally it's been, what, 2005 or 2009?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we've been to a Carnival one.
Maybe we'll try and catch one.
But I feel like they had the champagne, they had the music. I don't remember it being in the lobby. You like that word?
Yeah, it's in the lobby.
Okay, then
Yeah.
I don't remember
The
it.
atrium.
Penny Lawson said, did the Grandeur have as many places set up for taking photos like Carnival does? I think that was on one of the formal night vlogs.
They do. Yep. Every floor, well, not every floor, every main floor.
There's like 2 of them.
Yeah, like Carnival. That you would walk through, there's like 4 or 5 different photo spots. And then they block this pretty staircase on one side usually, like Carnival does too.
Right, so you can only use half the stairs because they're taking pretty pictures. This light on my face is crazy. On the other side of the stairs. I don't think she meant like places where they take your pictures in the port, but I mean, they also had that.
Yeah,
you know, when
that's all the time.
The gangway, the people dressed up in, yeah, it's all the same. They want to sell
Bears.
those photos. Yeah, the bear in the terminal, and where was it, St. John, I think?
St. John Hell.
And that's about it for, we had about 40 some odd questions, and I figure that's a lot of questions. So these were all the ones pertaining to entertainment and food and embarkation. So I think that's a good place to actually stop this first Q&A before it gets too crazy long. And we're gonna come back with a second part of a Q&A that's more dealing with questions we got about specific ports and random other questions that kind of didn't fit into any other category.
We'll probably be wearing the same clothes.
Yeah, because we're probably gonna push stop and then we're gonna push start again.
You'll just see it a few weeks later. It's
Yeah,
all right.
I think it's gonna be like, what is it, Wanderlust Wednesday, and then like next Wanderlust Wednesday, here comes part 2 with us in the same
Yay!
clothes and the same light on my face. So hopefully you enjoyed this part 1 of the Grandeur Q&A. We said a lot of the same things we said in the comparison,
Yeah.
but I mean, I like to specifically address the questions that we get on the videos. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, become a Paromaniac today, socialize all our media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yep. And until next time,
Rock on.